Hello, welcome back to another episode. Really, Alex? Welcome back to She Said He Said. We back at y'all with another topic, because we love y'all just that much. Once again, thank you for sending in those emails so that we can respond to it. Thank you for the new subscribers and thank you for the likes. All right, this is a very controversial topic. You may have heard a lot of people talk about it on a lot of other different podcasts and things like that, but we're gonna give our take on it because we're the best. We're gonna talk about why people cheat, men, women, whatever, and we're referring to relationships. So, who's gonna jump this one off?
Well, I can
I
say.
will, since I
Oh,
didn't talk on the
okay.
last one.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So my take on hold on a second. Sorry, I'm getting text messages and stuff. Um, why people? Okay, why? I think when women cheat, it's emotional. I think when men cheat, it's more just physical. Like something is lacking. It's always because something is lacking in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. Like, no, I think it's just you're filling a void, basically, on both ends. But I don't think men emotionally cheat. Like, a woman can cheat and fall in love.
Right.
She can, it could be, he's comforting her. It's a friendship type thing, but through that, you're building a bond even before it gets physical. So, but a man, like, Tori, is your mom still in the room?
Sorry, keep going. Yeah,
I don't want to say too much with other people around. But okay,
no, you're good.
hold
You're
on. I
good.
need to.
You're good.
Okay, when a man cheats, I think it's just basically shut up, Rob, because they can just put their dick in anything, and that's just how I feel about it. Like if it has a hole, a man will put his dick in it. That's just my take on it. I think it's all physical with men, and you guys can disagree. We can do a men's versus women's conversation, but I don't think men emotionally cheat. I just don't. I do know one friend. He is a man, and he's married. Um, he cheated and fell in love with the girl, but he said he only fell in love with her because his wife and him had separated. It took like a little break or whatever, and because she wasn't around, that woman filled the void for him. So she was there to comfort him and be, his friend and be that person to him versus his wife. But then, like, when his wife came back around, it was like he just kicked her to the side, like, no, I want my wife back. So he didn't really love her. I
Mm.
mean, he said he did, but I don't think that he fell in love. I think that you just fell in love with the thought of falling in love. Does that make
No,
sense?
Kira, you're very right.
Yeah.
You're very,
Yeah.
very true.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But I know as women, we're very emotional people. We're emotional. So even building friendships builds love,
Mm.
and
Yeah, yeah,
you can love someone without being in love with them. And then vice
very
versa.
true.
Like you can be in love with someone, but not have that friendly kind of love. Like you ever love somebody, but then like hate them because they weren't really your friends. So it's just like whatever.
Mm.
Like I've had exes that like I really like fell in love with, but then I love them so much as my friend that like we're still friends to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then I have people like I don't want to really talk about him, but like my ex, my kid's father, who I just hate him. I don't love him at all. So I'm not in love with him, and I don't love him as a person. I hate everything about him, except for the fact that he gave me two beautiful babies.
My baby.
But that's about it.
I could
So
kind of relate. My ex, I don't want to say what I would do. I'll keep that offline.
What?
No comment.
I mean, if it's violent, you may not want to say that. Just
Exactly.
saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to give that.
Alex, you're a woman beater.
No, absolutely not. I,
Oh,
You
no,
know,
oh,
I have two
hold on.
sisters. I have two sisters, and I treat women the way that I want my sisters treated. So
there you go.
yeah, I old school upbringing. But
Well, go
you
ahead,
know
Alex.
what? All right,
Continue. Since it's
why men and women cheat? Pretty
why did
much
you
that
cheat on your last girlfriend, Alex?
I never cheated on
Oh,
anybody. And guess what? I was tempted as hell. Tempted. What I
Yo,
mean,
that temptation be real.
let me tell
They
you.
don't want you until you're in a relationship.
And you know what's
That's
funny?
very true. That
Yeah.
is true.
Oh,
They want
I got some stories to
Yeah.
tell you. I got some stories to tell you. But I
yo.
would say before I talk about that, the temptation, my current girl, I had so many problems back in November. Like, man,
I
these
remember that.
females. Yeah, Rob. I was telling him about it while we were playing Xbox, and it was like, how is it? I just started this relationship, and all these girls that were acquaintances or friends are all of a sudden mad at me. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm taking you off my Facebook. Oh, you're inconsiderate. I'm like, what? How am I inconsiderate? You never told me that you felt anything. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I'm
you.
like, oh my god, it was just a hot mess. I lost a lot of friends in the process, but hey, it is what it is. But with the men and women cheating, it pretty much was summed up. The majority of men will cheat because they're trying to sate a need. Now, I say this where I don't justify cheating, but you know how they say if certain things aren't being met at home, they're gonna get it somewhere else. You know, and you know those who have that strong willpower, like I did in my 15-year relationship, and I'm telling you, I turned down some good stuff, and I was pissed that I was like, man, if I knew my ex was gonna show her colors the way that she did, I would have did it and not regretted it. You know what I'm saying? But you know
Wow.
that's gonna be for another topic. But man, I'm telling you, I turned down some good stuff, and
I feel your pain, my brother.
man, whatever. But
No, trust
but
me.
yeah, the thing with that is, you know, that emotional connection that women make, you know, and it's hard for me because I try not to say, oh, it's because it's a female, there's an emotional connection. It's just all those studies show when they do the surveys, that's what happens. Like, you know, any man that loses a woman to another man, just know that he emotionally connected to her. He knew what to say to her, knew what to do, you know, just situate himself where, hey, you know,
Yep.
you got to keep that emotional connection straight so that somebody else doesn't creep in and take your stuff, you know? And then on the flip side, where, you know, men are very visual. That's why the porn industry is so big. You know what I mean? Because they like to see the stuff and they like to just have it, you know? They just got to do some Scorpion, get over here type
It's
shit, you know?
true.
So,
I
Stupid.
support porn.
hold on. That does messed up my concentration. No, no, I'm just
Yep.
saying. But but for real, we are very men are very visual, very like you know we need on a regular basis. Like I've
What's
heard.
my saying, Rob?
I ain't got no. Mm-mm.
No, go ahead, say it, say it.
No,
It
don't say
fits
it.
perfect.
Don't say it.
It fits perfectly into this conversation.
Kira,
Yeah,
no.
it's
'Cause I know
something fitting right. Hold on.
Say it.
don't
Wait,
What?
say
say
it, don't say it.
Okay.
Wait, she needs to be able to say this. But before this topic is over, Kira definitely needs to be able to say this.
I won't say it.
it.
I'll save it for Facebook Live.
well,
All right. So,
I'm curious. I'm curious now. What the heck? But
Tori,
It
you
go-
want to talk about? Oh well, Alex, are you done?
yeah, I almost. Well, pretty much. It's just something where men, we just need. We're like the ADD kid. You have to keep our attention sexually, right? Women need that emotional feeding. So if we understand this about the sexes, then hey, any expert that wants to keep their relationship going will know how to best negotiate themselves on the different sides of the field, so that you know success can be met. That concludes my point.
Thank you, Professor Alex.
Don't say that. My girl says I be talking like that, and she be getting mad. She's like, "You're always talking to me like you're teaching me something." I'm like, "Shut up."
Yo, you got that experience. Teach them, yo. They need to know.
Is it because I'm old? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
You're,
Okay, well, I take that.
Tori, why do you think men and women cheat?
Um, everybody said everything basically. I think that You guys are gonna be mad at me, but all men are the same. All men are really
Hold on, what?
I
see.
don't agree with that.
Go. I
Nah,
feel
let it go. I want to hear this.
okay. Um, on the women's end, I do feel like it's an emotional thing. I feel like a woman can. I guess it would be a woman because it is possible to be in. I feel like it's possible to be in love with more than one person, and
I
I
I
don't.
agree.
agree.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I feel like it's if a woman does cheat, it's because there's obviously, like y'all said, a void, something missing in the man that she, I guess, was in the relationship with.
Mhm.
But on the male side, I feel as though, at least most, remember you guys, I'm like, we got a 10-year gap here. The guys, and I'm going to say guys because I probably haven't really encountered men yet, but it's like the people that I have came in count with, they numbers are like trophies for them. And the more people they're with, the more they brag about it. If they didn't tell someone, it didn't happen. And you all remember I'm in college. So it's like that's a big thing, on a college campus. No one is being faithful. I just saw a quote the other day to the freshmen that are coming in this semester. If if a guy says that you're the only one, he's lying.
Mm.
You know, of course there are, some rare cases, maybe, I don't know, where a guy's being completely honest and faithful. But if he didn't tell his homeboys, it didn't happen. So I feel as though they find it as a game, oh yeah, like 2 Chainz, one wife, a mistress, and a girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, and it's crazy because pop culture and music, they encourage that type of thing, and
Yep.
Mhm.
listening to it and things like that, they don't get, oh yeah, I'm gonna be faithful to my woman, I'm gonna treat her like a queen. We don't see that type of music anymore.
I'm making it. Don't worry, my mixtape coming out soon.
It's coming. Okay.
Oh, we gotta promote that. We gotta promote
It's coming. It's gonna be done in the middle of June. But go ahead.
DJ Rob will.
it. Drop the beat.
Oh, oops. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hey,
We'll edit that out.
Oh
you
my
won't.
god. I'm sorry.
You're not. You did it on
No, I'm
purpose.
not.
See, women. All
Mhm.
right. Well, here's my take on it. You know what I mean? I'm a very rare breed. I am
Rare.
faithful. I'm committed. I've never cheated. I won't cheat. There's a few reasons why I won't cheat. One, I'm a very emotionally attached person. Like even I'm single right now,
Mhm.
but I truly, if I'm taking a girl out on a date, that's probably not even probably that is the only girl that I'm currently taking out at that time. I'm not taking nobody else out on any dates romantic
All right.
because I get emotionally attached because I feel like if I'm going to invest in someone, then I need to invest in someone. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you don't talk to other people, you don't flirt. But once you get my interest, nobody else matters. I don't have to love you for that. But once you have my interest, because I know what I like, and you know what I mean, I know what I'm into. So I'm not going to waste my time on anything else, nor am I going to take something that I know I'm interested in already and put it at risk.
Mhm.
Now, that being said, we got to remember here we're talking about cheating. There's a lot of things that contribute to that. My ex said she cheated on me because I was not there for her like she needed me to be. Mind you, I was in South Carolina, she was in Iowa. Um and I was in school and I was working part-time at GameStop making, if I was lucky, $150 a month.
Oh
So I
wow.
don't really know where her expectations were at that time,
I
but
really
it wasn't like I could fly out there every weekend.
I don't
And
mean
here's
to
the thing.
interrupt.
I have to ask you a question.
Yeah, I have a question too.
Yeah. Well, you could go first.
Okay. If a woman says what was her reason again?
She said I wasn't there for her like I needed to, like she
So
needed me
why
to be.
doesn't she break up with you before she does?
Thank you. That's my thing. If you feel like you're to the point to where you want to
If
go
you're
out there and do something with somebody else,
Just
break up.
leave. Leave.
And
Yeah.
here's the thing. I thought about
it's a girl. It's a
I
child.
thought
It's a child,
about
right?
breaking I thought about maybe we should end it before she went off to grad school, but she was like begging me, crying. She was like, please don't break up with me, because she was like, she had two choices. She could have went to a school closer to me, but the other school was offering her a full ride.
And you
So I'm
weren't.
like, I was like,
Full rider, right?
I'm very transparent. I was like, look, this is not a reflection on her. Shut up. I was like, this is not. I was like, this is not a reflection on our relationship, but I don't ever want to stand in the way of your happiness.
Amen.
I cannot guarantee that you and I are going to work, but you are guaranteed a full scholarship right now.
Mhm.
I don't want to be the reason why you don't take that and things don't go right. So if you need to do that, then do that. I'll be there for you. I can handle it, because I'm a committed type of dude. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing too. When she met the guy she cheated on me with, she told me about it. I had a dream about it, first of all. And then I found out, like, she texted me and was like, hey, I met this guy today and I think I'm going to call him, or something. Like, she texted me this, right? I remember this like it was yesterday. I was sitting in the chair. My boy was cutting my hair. And I stopped and I called him and I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And she's like, no. You know, he's just cool, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, you know, you already know what he's trying to do. No, it's not like that. I told her from the beginning. And we had arguments and things like that. By that time, she'd already started cheating on me. So I was in love with this girl. Once I love you, I know you. Conversations on the phone start sounding different. You're very upset all the time. You're always sad. And every conversation ends with, do you love me? How much do you love me? What would it take for us not to be together? Like, is everything? And I'm like, yo.
It sounded like she wanted reassurance.
Mm-hmm.
She was, that was her call for help. That was her screaming out like things are wrong and whatever, you know.
But she was already cheating on me at this point. And then I was there. I was like, yo, what's going on? Just tell me what's going on. We can talk it out. We can work it out. She didn't tell me. She held off for an entire month. During that time, she was bashing me a lot, saying, I don't feel like I have a good boyfriend right now, this, that, and the third.
You know why, right? You know why, right? It was the guilt.
Because she
It
probably fell in love with the other guy.
Yeah, and plus, it's beating around the bush.
It
Guilt.
It gets better. It gets better. The guy she cheated on me with was engaged.
Oh.
And she knew it.
No.
So,
Kobe, jump shot.
She was a thought.
So,
she was a thought.
Fast forward. At the end of the day, we broke up. I packed all her, because I still had some of her stuff in my place. I packed it all up. When she flew back home, I drove down to where she lived, gave her all her stuff. You know, we said our goodbyes, and that was it. And one of the things I said to her, I was like, you were my queen, you were my main chick, and you left me to be another dude's side chick. How does that make you feel about yourself? You were somebody's main chick, and you left that guy to be somebody else's side chick, and you knew you were going to be the side chick role. You knew this guy didn't want to be with you. So a whole lot more stuff happened after that. So I say all that to say this. At the end of the day, it's about communication. You know what I'm saying? It's how you communicate with each other and how you're communicating to other people about your relationship. Y'all, you keep your relationship y'all's business.
There you go.
And I say that doesn't mean you don't have a close friend or maybe two that you get counsel from. Because when I have a serious relationship issue, I'm either talking to my close friend that's married or somebody who's had similar experience. Right. Because I ask my friends, I give my friends the most realistic possible non-one-sided stories I can, so I can say, well, what do you think about this? And a lot of times they be like, Rob, you know you was wrong, or Rob, you know you should have did this, or Rob, they come at me because I asked them, I was like, what did I do? Like, what am I missing? Because I don't always read everything very well. So always when I get help or advice, I say, what did I do? I don't ask about her. I'm not worried about her because I know her. At this point, I know her. So I'm like, what can I do? So I think it's a combination of all those things you guys said. And then it's the communication. If you're not happy in a relationship, the first person that's obligated to know and that deserves to know is the person you're in a relationship with. Because sometimes we don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes they really don't know. So I think there's just no excuse for cheating, man. When you can just break up with the person. Especially if y'all not married, break up.
Hmm. And you know what? There's two things I want to respond to. If you don't know what you don't know, me and my girl now, when we were fighting all these arguments and stuff, I told her flat out, if I'm pissing you off, tell me what the hell I gotta do to fix it. Because if I don't know and you're keeping it inside, and then you want to,
Yes.
to justify something, and she wouldn't do that. She's good church girl and everything.
Mhm.
You know, if anything, if I don't know how to put my guard up, if I don't feel the threat, like by being getting the warning, how do I defend against it? Tell me what to do to fix it, and then a real man will do what they have to make the change. And another thing
Yes.
with Rob, you triggered a memory when I was in Iraq. Um, and this probably can turn into a topic for another day, but what about those who cheat and don't want to fess up to it, but all the evidence is pointing there? Like, real quick before we end this thing, that
That's like someone saying the sky is blue and you looking up and you obviously see it's blue and they're like, oh no, it's purple. I'm
yeah.
telling you.
That happened to me with my last one. I'm like,
Now,
okay,
I'll tell you this.
Rob, who are you dating?
Wait a minute. Wait.
hopefully as you grow and you mature, you don't run into something like that yourself.
Hmm. All right,
You
but
have a question, call me.
all right, but I'll make this quick. Pretty much, I'm deployed to Iraq,
Teach people how to treat
and
you.
Teach people how to treat you.
yeah. So pretty much, my ex and I had a falling out. It was like for about 9 months, and I guess it was whatever. To me, I thought we were broken up, but she was like, it was a break. Like she was like a bully, very berating with her mouth and everything. I don't know how anybody can stand for that for so long, but it's whatever. Um, we had somewhat reconciled before I went to duty, and I get a call. And any soldier, doesn't want to call home to get some rough news or be, getting their heads charged up with stress, right?
Right.
So I get a call on Skype, and it's like, oh, we need to talk. I'm like, okay. Well,
Oh, I hate those words.
now,
They're not always bad. Sometimes we just want to talk.
yeah, but this is one call I wish I didn't answer, because it was something to the effect where, instead of, hey, how you doing? I got shot at. Mortars, bombs are coming my way, and then the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, who you been fucking? I'm like, what the? What you talking
Mm.
about? Oh, well, hello, how the hell you doing today?
Yeah.
And then, oh, I went to the doctor and they told me something I didn't want to hear. I'm like, well, what's that? Oh, the doctor said that I have HPV. I said, oh, what the hell? So I started doing,
Oh no.
yeah. So I'm sitting there doing
Hey.
research and everything. Now, mind you, Rob can tell you I'm a stand-up individual, and I don't need anybody to reassure me of that. I know this because my father raised me to be a man. And I,
Good.
I
That's
and I didn't I never went out on my lady. But
mhm.
where the fuck did that HPV come from? Sure as hell didn't come from me.
And simple fact is that they don't test men for HPV, so you would know you had it because there are no symptoms for men or women.
This
That's
isn't
Like
Yeah.
for
this.
most diseases though, it takes longer
In women.
in women,
Mhm.
for a woman to get stuff
Yeah,
and get symptoms for stuff.
yeah. Because you have the two strands, the one that's cancer producing, which she had, and the other that it clears up.
Hmm.
But I was, trying to say, hey, if I carried it from a past relationship, but then again, that's like now at this point, 12 years,
Right.
12 is something like that in. So I'm racking my brain, and I like, even when we had our 9 month split, I was hanging out with people, but I didn't do anything, you know. So I said to myself, damn, I didn't want to say it out loud, but I'm like, she had to have done something with somebody. You know what I mean? So then she was like, telling me all kinds of really rough stuff. So right after that call, I hadn't called home in almost 3 weeks. I didn't call my mom, didn't call my sister, I didn't call Shinwar, our mutual friend between Rob and I. And people were wondering what the heck is going on. And I was like literally, I had my gun, and anything could have happened in that room because I'm like, I'm not that type of person, and I felt like horrible. But in my mind, I'm like, common sense told me that my rule of thumb is if you are on a break or you separate or whatever, the minute somebody lays down with somebody else, that's it for me, you know. So when that was introduced to me, when she was telling me this, 3 weeks later, I went out on a mission, and I was telling her if something happens, I'm sorry for everything that I've caused you, or with my family and all that other stuff. Then she says to me, I think I know where it came from.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
but we'll talk when you get back from mission. So I went out to mission, right? I was at my commander, did our thing, came back. It was a little hot. But then I brought it up. I said, "What did you? Yeah, where did that come from? What are you talking about? I never said
Because
anything
you know
like
you
that."
were thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. And it's like something that I believe she'll take to the grave. But if you did that or you cheated or whatever, don't. And like what Rob was saying, certain folks they try to twist it onto the other person. If you fucked up, own your fucked up shit. Anything I
Exactly. Just own it and don't try to blame me for
Take
your
the
fuck
L.
up.
Yes,
Yes, thank
yes,
you.
yes. Because that person made me feel like,
Because they should have said, hey, listen, I need to talk to you when you get back. That's the way you approach it. You don't point the finger and say, oh, who you been fucking. Because that's
hmm
how you get punched in the face or shot. Don't
yeah,
do that.
yeah. And you
Y'all
would
fine.
think, I'm telling you, again, in a part 2 or 3, I can delve more into that. And it's just like, you know what, if you cheat, own up to it, and don't be immature about it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I hate to see that Rob was dealing with that, where she's trying to reassure herself. She was dealing with her own guilt. Rob had nothing to do with what was going on in her head. If she's away, and he's trying to make ends meet and take care of himself. Hey,
That woman didn't emotionally mature. She
yeah,
was trying to figure out who she was as a person.
yeah, yeah. So,
Then also, a lot of people can't handle long distance relationships. So
Mhm.
the distance is like a big thing. And if two people aren't mature enough to communicate and handle that, it won't work because you're always going to think. I mean, yeah, I mean, you have a boyfriend around the corner and he'll still cheat on you. He
mhm.
doesn't have to be, thousands of miles away to do his dirt.
And that's where the emotional part comes into play. Like, hey, it don't matter
It
distance, near, far.
goes so much.
Me
I'm
and my
not.
husband lived together and he still cheated on me. So
But you see, and that's another dynamic where it's like, okay, then you just got those selfish motherfuckers out there that have a good thing at home, and then they still do it anyway. You know what I
And
mean?
I'm gonna put this tidbit out there. Here's and I forgot to say this. Here's another very 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 probably the most important thing you will have to do is look at whoever your significant other is. Look at their parents' relationship
Oh,
because
Yes.
a lot of the times that's reflective of what you're gonna get. And I'm gonna leave that
that's
right
very
there. We can
true.
talk after we're not recording. We can talk about that.
oh, make it another topic, bro. I'm telling you, I know exactly what you're talking about right there because I looked at my ex's parents' relationship. Like she didn't know her father, and the reasons behind that. I'm like, oh, I think I would have did about face forward march and left that alone. Yeah, I'm like,
Mm.
I'm like
What else?
negative,
Well,
negative. I would have been like,
What? Why you not saying like that? You'd have been out.
yeah, man. I wouldn't have
That's
wasted.
that's another thing, yo. That's why I'm
Well, I
up.
don't think me and my sister had the same dad, and I've been saying that for years. Because
Mm,
my sister looks really Asian, and my mom used to go to China a lot because, like, she flies for free because we work for the airline.
hmm
But yeah, I just don't believe it. Me and my Rob, you seen my sister?
I have. It's been a
Yeah,
while, but yeah, y'all
right.
don't
But
look
even if
anything
you no,
alike.
we don't look anything alike. We do favor each other, but we don't look alike. My sister is yellow. She don't look nothing. I mean, and granted, half my family is light skinned, but my parents are both my complexion. She's the only light one, and not that that means anything, but we don't look alike.
You see, me and my little sister, we have the same mother and father, but I have two older siblings that are half because of my father. But my parents are over 10, over 15 years apart in age, and they've been together for almost 20 years. So it's like
My dad and my stepmom are 10 years apart, so I get that.
those age differences. Let me tell you something.
But I think it's only as you get older because, when you're in your like 50s or, 40s, it doesn't seem as bad. But if you're like 30 and you're dating a 20-year-old, it's never going to work because someone at that age is not mature.
But
They're not ready for what you're ready for. So it has to be something as you get older.
You know what? That's a good topic too.
That's a very good
Age difference. Okay, but you know what? I think we're hitting the 30-minute time limit. So if you want to wrap it up, Rob.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree
Thank
with
you
that.
all. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up,
Thank you all.
Rob. Dang.
Oh,
Hold on.
Always.
raw dog,
you all.
Rob.
What?
Raw dog, Rob.
Slow dog. You're stupid.
No comment.
All right, I need to hurry up in this so we can have uncensored conversation. Thank you all for joining us once again. As you can see, we're human beings. We're not perfect. We've been through stuff. We're giving you a lot of ourselves right now. Probably a little bit too much because I know some of y'all are weirdos. But it's all good though. So please remember, email us with your questions or comments so that we can respond. Hit the like button below, hit the subscribe button, share this, please, and continue to watch. We'll see y'all again next week. Peace out.
Peace.